Hi, it's Joanne. Today I'm going to be watching The Clone Wars Season 3, Episode 17, Ghosts of Mortis. We are still in the thick of things, and I am very excited. So yes, a reminder, you can find the unedited version of this reaction and all of my reactions on my Patreon. You get those 2 weeks in advance. The edited version 1 week in advance, and let's go.
It is now that he must face who he really is.
Oh, Anakin.
And if we stay, we may be used to the dark side's advantage.
Yep.
Well, you want the bad news or the really bad news?
Well, let's try the bad news.
Someone is keeping a lookout, I hope.
Optimism.
And all is lost.
You shouldn't have a favourite child. And the son will most likely know where you're going to hide the sword and come for it.
To escape our isolation and sow terror through the universe.
Okay.
And while you are here,
Should have raised him better.
he will use you. The Force will decide.
Oh, great.
Help you. The choice is no longer yours to make.
Be true to yourself, Anakin.
Do you believe you are the chosen one?
How
Is this real or is this the sun again?
I can hear there is a place which is strong on the dark side of the Force. You must go there.
Oh, great. Is he going to reason with him somehow? Oh, God.
My force is out of balance. I have to stop you.
Must you?
Oh, is there can you reason with him somehow? Get him to become the next balance man? I don't know a way through this other thing killing him, because he seems very cocky.
I have a gift for you.
And sure of himself.
know yourself? Know what you will become.
Oh my god. Is he going to show him, like, the future?
I will not look.
Oh. Oh my god. Oh my god.
No.
Oh my god. Didn't show him the ending though, did you? Is he gonna remember this? And still make all those same choices? Oh, and again.
I will do such terrible things.
Yes.
Can this become an alternate timeline where he doesn't?
Then we shall end war, corruption,
Do even worse things.
throughout the galaxy.
Because you're the dark side, and you showed him.
Peace.
Of course.
Anakin, you don't need him to make better choices in your life. Just make them. And ideally someone needs a spot that Palpatine has been grooming you essentially to the dark side. Oh, be careful. Oh, this is a very lavary place. It's reminiscent of another place.
There has been a change of plan.
Is this really Anakin or is this a vision from the dark
You will not
boy?
understand what I have to do. That it is the Jedi who will stand in the way of peace.
Is this actually happening?
Anakin has joined with the sun. Do not engage
Oh, this is just a little taste of what they're going to have in the future.
Listen to me.
Is this really happening right now in season 3? Anakin, snap out of it. You're a few years early.
That gives us some time to rescue Anakin.
I've seen what I become, and I cannot let that happen.
I understand, sweetheart.
Join him.
Becoming evil sooner is not going to help.
Change just as what you have seen must be forgotten.
Yes, thank you. Oh, but it's also awful because it means it's still going to happen and he's not going to know to try and do different. And it sucks because ultimately he does bring balance. Other than the whole New Order thing, like a lot of other chaos does happen, but ultimately he's able to bring balance. Just causes a lot of misery and suffering first. And always off to get his knife. Great. You go defile your sister's tomb. Lovely.
You were the only one I truly loved.
Before I start doing Anakin and Padme. So obviously they're not romantic. here.
Broke the laws of time and showed you what you should never have seen.
I don't...
A future so terrible you joined him,
I
Anakin.
have a
He's our Anakin again for now. Oh my god.
But we must stop the sun once and for all.
We have
Are they gonna question what happened and why he went crazy?
chance.
What he maybe saw? Oof. What the f-
No! And your strength runs through me.
Ooh.
This way, I take your power.
Ooh.
Please, don't die.
Too late.
Good in you.
A little bit of good in everyone. No one is wholly evil. Yeah.
The role you will play.
And what is that?
You,
A lot of darkness and then some light.
the chosen one.
Yes, beware your heart. Oh wow. My goodness, this episode. Are they going to remember any of this?
We've been gone more than a moment, Rex.
Sir,
Oh.
I don't understand.
Wouldn't believe me if I told you.
Okay, so they remember. Obviously, he doesn't remember a lot of it. Okay, that might be my favourite Clone Wars episode so far, with all the foreshadowing and everything. And I think this little, like, episode arc has done a good job of kind of showing the pressure that being the chosen one is, how much expectation there is. Like, if you were told the fate of the entire galaxy rested on the choices you made in your life, I would be like, I would be on the fence about everything. I would be like Chidi in The Good Place. I would never be able to make a good decision in my life because I'd be like, what if that was the wrong decision for the universe? I think my favourite part was seeing Anakin's horror at his future, at the pain and the terror he was going to cause, knowing that that horrified him to his very core, because that showed you that there is good in him, that he is a good person. Yes, he quite easily ended up going to the dark side, but I think that proves how he was able to ultimately come good and ultimately earn his place as a Jedi ghost. The things he does as Darth Vader, or as he becomes Darth Vader, are beyond unspeakably brutal. Mainly the younglings, hurting Padme. He doesn't kill her, but he kind of triggers her death, you know. Like, a lot of debates about how she died exactly, but it's, you know, Anakin has a part in that. Breaks Obi-Wan's heart, no doubt Ahsoka's, and the moment they had this episode where they realised he was gone to the dark side, he was with the sun, that is just a tiny taste of what they're going to experience in a few years when it happens for real. But I really, really enjoyed seeing that Anakin was not only horrified, but willing to kind of do anything to stop it. Now, I think with time and space, even having those memories, joining the dark side is not going to stop you joining the dark side. Destroying everything that happens is not going to stop that. You know, we can dream that Anakin would be able to be given certain memories, certain future memories that would show him that, okay, so you need to do this, this, this. Maybe tell people you're married to Padme when she's pregnant so that she can have a lot of doctors on hand, I don't know. Get the Jedi to change the rule about not having attachments or merit, I don't know. Get rid of Palpatine for one. Like, you just think, like, we're so close but yet so far to Anakin being able to create balance without ever truly going to the dark side. I don't know, but did he always have to in order to get balance in the universe? I feel like those younglings would have something to say about that. Oh, this was such a good episode, showing you the true depths of Anakin's goodness. We know just how far his dark side can go, but that he truly does want to do good, and right now that horrifies him. If he was truly evil, then he would be like, oh cool, yeah, I'll go do that. Oh, I'm gonna kill some younglings, should I start now? But he's not, he's horrified by it. And he was willing to kind of give up his soul, give up his life and everything he knew to stop it. He could see that the Jedi being ineffectual, the Jedi missing what was right under their noses, being too focused on certain traditions rather than the reality of the world was what was going to cause it, though I think it's a bit simplistic to just blame the Jedi. He was willing to do anything to change that. And I also like the Father's last message of beware your heart, because that is where Anakin is able to be drawn into the dark side, because Palpatine plays on his fears, on his grief, on his inability to deal with his emotions, because the Jedi trained to not have them, essentially. This was just such a good episode. It broke my heart seeing Ahsoka and Obi-Wan's initial reactions to hearing he'd chosen to join the Sun, kind of that moment of him being evil. I am very scared for if this show overlaps with the time period in which he joins Palpatine and becomes, you know, Darkseid, Darth Vader, etc. I have no idea whether this show ends right as the movie begins or whether this show ends in the beginning of the original series. I have no idea, but it's very stressful. Just the concept of this planet with the balance of the light and the dark, and somebody trying to go out of their way to force it to be balanced, or force it to force good or evil, like the father was doing, and he was trying to force Anakin in there to control his sons. It doesn't work that way, unfortunately. You kind of have to just let things take their course. Fate can't be controlled. Within this universe, at least, the way the good, the dark, and the light work, and it's very stressful. So this was a fantastic episode. The scene where he saw all the future was just so painful, because those are the images that flash through my mind throughout this show. You know, when he's being romantic and sweet with Padme, I'm like, it's all going terribly. When he and Ahsoka bond, I'm like, gosh, it's not going to go well. It's quite, like, in some ways this show's quite painful to watch, because I love Anakin and I root for him, and I wish that I didn't know what his future was. So yeah, maybe this show can exist in an alternate timeline, and as far as I know, we're going to get to a certain season and suddenly I'm going to be like, hey, wait a minute, things are happening differently. The Jedi have just announced that attachments are okay and it's okay to get married. Oh, maybe we'll all be okay after all, but I doubt it somehow. This was brilliant. A reminder about the unedited versions of these reactions on my Patreon 2 weeks in advance. Unedited, that's the unedited 2 weeks in advance, the edited 1 week in advance. And thank you so much for watching.